Hey guys, Damien here. So got a question for you. Basically, I want to ask you guys for some advice. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Okay, because what happened to me could have happened to you. It could have happened to anybody in terms of finding out a small little rabbit hole. Oh, there's a rabbi who is condoning something, a really heinous crime. If anybody else read what I read, you would be like, I'm inclined to learn more about this rabbi. Okay, I learned about a mass murderer named Ami Popper. Okay, his story is a video in itself. I've already made a video on him and how he massacred 7 people, got 7 life sentences, and oh, by the way, he's going to be a free man because those 7 people he murdered were of a certain, not the same race as him, not the same DNA. So therefore, he's going to be a free man. But anyways, I don't want to recap that again. But when I learned about him, there was a rabbi named Meir Kahane who was condoning the massacre. And so I'm like, okay, I need to learn about who this rabbi is. And when I learned about him, that's what kept me away from video games and all other forms of entertainment for a couple months, because I was just every day waking up wanting to learn more about the groups that he created. And guys, what would you do if you were me? If you learned what I learned, how I learned, would you be quiet? Would you just be, I'll follow the law. I'm just going to live life like I've always lived before I, uncovered this information that I uncovered? Or would you be doing what I'm doing, which is being focused every day on trying to get the message out of how serious things are getting and why? So let me backtrack a little bit. Meir Kahane, the guy that I was learning about, he created the most underrated, underreported domestic terrorist group of our lifetime. Not my lifetime, our. I'm speaking on your behalf because you don't know about them like I do. And I feel confident to debate with anybody about them being the most dangerous domestic terrorist group of our lifetime. But Google, media, nobody talks about the JDL. They are purposely suppressed. But that doesn't mean that they did not have more members than the KKK by the end of the 1970s, because the KKK had 1,000 to 1,500 members by the end of 1979. Well, this other group that I'm talking about had 10,000 to 15,000. Okay, but you don't know about that group. Okay, and I never knew about this group, but I uncovered this group. I didn't uncover them, but I learned about them. And when I started learning about them, guys, I learned about a man who in 1972, at 17, 18 years old, he was a class president. Okay, he was a smart guy, but who at 17 or 18 years old gets involved with domestic terrorist gangs and learns how to make bombs and has the actual audacity to want to actually plant the bombs? Well, there's a guy who did that, and his name is Jeffrey Smilo, and he was a member of the most underrated, underreported domestic terrorist group of our lifetime. And I don't want to say it because otherwise this video is not going to get shown, but everything I'm saying is fact-checkable. Everything. This is not theory. This is what I figured out. So, that being said, this man in 1972 was involved not one, but 2 crimes involving bombs trying to blow up buildings in New York. The same man, Jeffrey Smilo, would later on be hired by the U.S. government, FEMA, as a lead structural engineer expert as part of the disaster cleanup. And, basically, guys, one of the crimes that he was arrested for, by the way, his same lawyer as Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer, Alan Dershowitz. But, guys, one of the crimes he was involved in injured 13 people and killed 1 person. And nobody got arrested for the murder because this guy, Jeffrey Smilo, and his other accomplice of the same domestic terrorist group, they refused to testify. There is a term that I learned called Mosrim, M-O-S-R-I-M. And that basically is dude, Jewish people? I did not learn this until my mid-40s, but a lot of the persecution of Jewish people comes from other Jewish people. That's why I'm just now learning about the term Mosrim. That's why last month or a couple months ago I learned about the term Uncle Irving. Yeah, try that. Try to Google Uncle Irving. You won't know what I'm talking about. Now, do that first. Google Uncle Irving. Now Google Uncle Irving Meir Kahane. Bet you'll get a different definition now. But anyways, guys, what would you do? Okay, I am doing what I think I should be doing, which is telling everybody. I tried to post about it on groups on Reddit. Reddit deleted the post. Guys, there is a 9/11 Facebook group with 182,000 members. 182,000 members. And I posted evidence, pictures, screenshots, everything that backs up my story as being validated. And I sent a message to one of the moderators saying, hey, can you please allow this post to go through? The American people deserve to know. And guess what? A Facebook group with 182,000 people, they deleted it. Instead of acknowledging my post, instead of like acknowledging that they read my message and would have to ignore the fact that I brought them this information and they did not want to allow it to be posted, or they would rather delete the entire page. Think how many years it took to get to 182,000 members. And I make one topic about what we're talking about now, and the entire thing gets deleted. That should add some credit to what my discovery is. Again, this is not a theory, this is a discovery. There is a big difference between, oh, I think this happened versus, oh, no, this happened. This happened. So I'm telling everybody, and it is your duty, okay? I am sorry, but look at the quality or lack thereof of these videos. You know I'm not doing this for clicks, okay? I'm not in this for money. I don't make any money off of any of these videos at all. But I'm making these videos. Why? Because this stuff needs to get out. It needs to be told, okay? So fellow Americans, I'm sorry. I admit the quality of these videos are not great, but it's the content that needs to be shared. So please share this video. Do not be afraid to stick up for fellow Americans, okay? This is our country. It's always been our country, but we need to start paying a little more attention to what's been going on. And by a little more attention, I mean a lot. I mean, we need to start dedicating some of our very limited free and fun time to actually what's going on in politics. Because, guys, this is way bigger than, oh, it's the left, oh, it's the right. No, it's both of them, and I have documentation to prove it. Anybody, go to the Facebook page of Damian Giadone. That's me, Giadone. Click on my name. Click on photos. Click on albums. Click on any album that you want. That's not about my personal life. My personal life is going to be boring. You know, you won't get anything from that. But click on any other album and see if there's anything that does not seem like it's true or not a big deal. I encourage you. Anyways, Jeffrey Smilo, if you're watching this, yeah, your days are numbered. I would be shitting bricks if I was you. I would be waking up every day saying, is today the day that I'm going to be getting arrested? Is today the day that I'm going to be having people protesting? I'd be worried about you, my friend. And by my friend, I mean my enemy. The enemy of the American public and everybody, dude. You are the enemy. To be, guys, it's a fair question. Do you think your DNA is more superior than other people of a different religion or ethnicity? It sounds like a ridiculous question to have to ask anybody, especially someone in a position of power, but those types of questions need to be asked. It's really unfortunate, but they do. And they don't get asked. They don't. Think about that. A simple question is, do you think your bloodline is better than other people's? That's a question that, hey, if I'm going to be called certain derogatory names, I don't have that belief. I don't believe that my DNA is superior. But anyways, guys, Jeffrey Smilo, 1972. 3 letters of the group he's in. Middle and the second and third word, Defense League. You can figure out what the first word is. It's first letter starts with a J. Start spreading it. Okay? God bless America, but guys, we got to start uniting, okay? From the whitest white person to the blackest black person and everybody in between, we need to start uniting. That's the only way we're going to fight this evil, okay? Love you guys. Try to stay positive.